Kurt Vonnegut uses the word "karass" to describe a group of people whom, often unknowingly, are working together to do God's will, or atheistically speaking, destiny. The members of the karass are like the fingers on the hands of fate. Vonnegut likens them to the fingers holding together a cat's cradle. Another way of looking at it is that there are people in our lives, some we have yet to meet, and with whom we are karmically linked. That is, like fate itself, for good and for ill and for neither. We don't get to pick and choose our karass. Just like fingers, it's the hand that brings us together. The relationship that we have as a karass is not always apparent or recognizable until certain events occur. Some may go through their whole life never recognizing the members of their karass, nor the destiny they have fulfilled with the group. My dad read me Cat's Cradle when I was 10, and even though I was too young to get most of it, I've been looking out for my karass ever since. It was the night before I first leapt into the big river, Johnny Cash's moniker for the Mississippi. I hadn't seen my girlfriend Sam in 2 weeks, ever since her dad pulled the gun on me, which I'm pretty sure wasn't loaded. There was an orange moon making its way over the tree line, and we were lying on the roof of her house. She had warned me about walking lightly, as her father might get wise to the fact that we were up there. We had just finished Good Things, and she was running her fingers along my face. I hated this, but no matter how many times I flinched or turned away, she kept doing it. It was like nails down a chalkboard for me, and she knew it. I love Sam. Completely as you can, I guess, at 17. From what I've seen, love isn't any different when you get older. There's just more shit that can distract you or go wrong. I was about to go mad, not just from her fingers on my cheeks. There was something bubbling. I'd wake the next morning knowing I had to do something. That brought me to the bridge, and well, I guess it was already happening that night on the roof. Half of me was trying to separate from her subconsciously. The other half just wanted to lay there with her forever, as long as she stopped playing with my face. I needed to get out of there. I needed to scream and run and hide, but I didn't want to leave her, to make her think I didn't want to be with her. I thought about getting inside her again, but I was too restless, so I did the only thing I could think of. I lifted my legs up as far as I could raise them and brought them down full force on the roof. The thud was so loud all the dogs in the neighborhood started wailing. You're a real shit, Gary. I know. Journal entry 1. To Sam. You said the way I talked to you in poetry is what made you realize you wanted to be with me forever. Well, forever has changed shape. I don't know that you'll ever read these journal entries, but it's the only way I can talk to you. So I'll have a little faith that even though they may never get to you, you'll know somehow. Know that I've written them to you, for you. I'm being taken away from you, taken away from me. I don't know where, but I think I'm slowly turning into nothing. It's actually not slow. As a matter of fact, it's quick and dirty, just like nature. I'm losing myself to something bigger, something that's swallowing me. I wish it was insanity, but I know it's not. Everything tells me this is real, whatever that means. Nature's becoming a bigger part of me than I could ever realize, or wanted. A part of me I'm not sure I'm ready to know. I wish whatever it was would just disappear, so I could go back to being with you, Sam. In a world that I might not understand, that at least doesn't force the issue. That may never happen, though, and if it does, I may not be the same person. You may not recognize me. I may not recognize me. I can feel myself being pulled towards a place that's farther away, farther than I thought possible. Travel plans that I don't have any say in. The awful carnage and impossible pieces that come together to make life happen are happening inside of me. Maybe they always happen, but I'm all too familiar with their presence. I'm kind of scared that I didn't know it was possible. Not a fear for my body, but a fear for something greater. For a part of me that I didn't even know existed. There's no one around me that I can relate to, especially myself. So I'm talking to you, Sam. And I'll continue to talk to you, even though I may not be here. And even though you're not here, I'll talk to you for as long as it takes to get back to you, to get back to me.